Hi, Gene here. I'm going to go through a little bit of a setup that I did on the Jim Dandy, Gretsch Jim Dandy. Oh, wait, which way do I turn? Yeah. And I did it about 20 minutes ago, and I could have showed every step of the way, but I had a setup that was more extensive. I want this to be just a couple minutes just to, if you didn't see the older video and you want to do something now, if you have one that's hard to play, try these things. First of all, make sure that your neck is pretty straight. You don't need a dip here like you do, a little dip, like you do on some guitars, because this is short scale. They're not, even the bass strings are not vibrating wildly. You don't need clearance. I would keep it as straight as possible. If you want to adjust it, there is a Allen wrench socket here. I think most Jim Dandies come with the Allen wrench, and you can try one way or the other to get it straight. How do you know if it's straight? Put your first finger on the first fret, put your finger on the 12th fret, and there's your straight edge. Okay? And just look at it. Is there a little bit of a gap? Well, it's up to you. You can get that out by tightening it up a little bit. But more than likely, it's probably like mine, pretty straight. That's how I like it. So much for that. You go to the nut, and what you're going to do is, I do the 3rd fret technique. You go to the 3rd fret on each string, and then see how much play you have right here on the 1st fret. There should be little to none. I have a little bit here and there, just a tad, but when I started, it was a lot. So I went through each and every fret. You have to string. You have to loosen them one at a time, put it aside, and then use whatever you got. And if you have nothing, you should get something, even if it's this $10, $12 little files on a ring. They'll do in an emergency. You just have to work a little harder. You can get those on any eBay or Amazon type place. And then just go little by little, and then see when it's just touching. It's better to go slowly. You don't want to overdo it and get it too low, because then you'll get buzzing on the 1st fret. So that's the process. 3rd fret, and then see what kind of a play you have here. It should be just touching. Or mine is just a tad above. That's okay too. Just a little bit. Another way you can tell if your nut is too high is to put a capo on your 1st fret. So now you're actually doing a 0 fret kind of a situation. And then play what you normally play. And if it seems really easy, and not so easy here, your nut's too high. And I just told you the technique to go by. By those, just a ring of little files of different diameters. It'll do. You're not doing it professionally. Just want to get through. And when you do the filing, go slightly on the angle this way, towards the neck head. This way, a little bit. If you have to do a lot of filing like I did, and I should do this myself as a final thing, is to loosen all these, try to get them apart, 3x3 or 2x2, just get them apart, and get a sandpaper. Does fine, light sandpaper. And then what you want to do is go over these grooves so that they're not so deep. Mine are disappearing a bit in here, in the grooves. They should be maybe half down and half above. That's about right, or somewhere like that. They shouldn't disappear in here because they won't ring right. So that's another thing to do. Now the bridge. This is the last thing you do. Loosen all your strings. I'll use this. Get it out and then file it down. How much? Well, there's all sorts of theories. I do it by feel, and I go little by little because you don't want to do too much here either. If you get it too low, you're in trouble. You can use any kind of thing you have handy. File. This is old sandpaper I've used a million times to file down bridges and nuts too. I've used electric sander. When you do it, you have to hold it completely evenly. Don't tilt it. So do it nice and even pressure. And this is what I use today, mostly this block. It's one of these sanding blocks, but this is coarse, and it really works well. I got it down to where I wanted it to be fairly quickly. And you just go little by little. I put it in, I tuned it up and see how it played. But there is a guide you can get if you don't have one. Different manufacturers make them. They're little action gauges. String height gauge. So let's see what I'm at right now. And it says on this one what they should be, and I'm familiar enough to know that this is pretty much right. Acoustic guitar on the 6th string at 12th fret, 2 to 2.5 millimeters. I would say 2.25 is about right. So that's right in the middle. That's great. Let's see what the little first string is. That's 1.2 to 2 millimeters on the 12th fret. And I have, looks more like 2. Yeah, 2. So that's good. That's within limits. And that's all I can think of to do it quickly. Let's see what it sounds like. And these are the original strings here. These are the Dario light gauge phosphor bronze. Sounds pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just give me a ring down there.